finally back out in the garage again, working on the Busa Swapped 1000 project here. Still not running, but we're still knocking stuff off the list. I got some parts that showed up yesterday that I ordered from the UK, and anytime you order something from that far away, you're just never sure if it's even going to show up, let alone what you're going to get when it does get here. But I'm pretty excited about what showed up, and it's going to help with one little issue, and actually it's going to help with one issue, and then it's going to also inadvertently, accidentally help with another, not really issue I had, but make something a little better. But I'll show you what I got, and then we'll get going on installing this thing. So here's what I got. I ordered up offset swing arm pivots. So those guys are going to go in there. And the reason I kind of was looking into something like this is because the front sprocket on this does sit slightly lower than the 1000. It's not terrible, but what I'm going to do is lower that front pivot, and that'll give me more clearance on the top side for chain rubbage and interference. So it'll just make that fit a little better. And by dropping that pivot, it also changes the anti-squat, which actually on this bike, changing it in that direction will kind of help with wheelie issues if I were to have any. I never really had much, but that side effect is what would happen by dropping that center. But we're going to get going, and I'm going to try to do this without completely removing the swing arm. I'm going to get a jack under the center of the bike, and then try to get that. I already broke some stuff loose. I'm going to try to get that center pivot out and just kind of let it fall out of the way a little bit. And then I might have to make a couple wrenches because there are big nuts on the back side of these gold pieces in here. They're not threaded into the frame. There's little screws that hold them in the frame, but there's nuts on the back side that tighten down. They're on these threaded ends. You can see the threads. So they get pulled into the frame that way, and then those screws actually keep them from pivoting. But I can sort of squeak in there. You can just see right there is one of the nuts. The other side is a little tighter fit because of the chain slide that's on the top of the swing arm. But they're two different sizes, and I'm going to try to get this apart and see if I can get them loose. I don't know how much room I'm going to have to get in there. I know the swing arm's not going to totally come out and get out of my way, but if I cut to a scene and you notice that the swing arm is gone, you'll know my whole idea didn't work. But I'm going to try to make a couple wrenches that get in there, get those broke loose, and then we can get them out. Hopefully we can swap all this and just kind of slip everything back together. So for now, we're going to get going on getting a jack under the center of the motor and support the frame. And then this will kind of, I got her tied down here just to keep things from sliding around. But yeah, we'll kind of see how this works out here. Might be opening up a can of worms. I'm going to be fighting with something, but we'll get it regardless. So what I did is made sure nothing was going to fall apart. We're good there. And all I did to get this apart was I took a long punch, this guy, and I got in the back side of here and just with the hammer, I tapped one corner of the nut and got it to spin just enough to get it free. Then when I took the two screws out, these two here, that's them guys. I took them two screws out, I could just hold the nut on the backside, spin that out with my finger, disassembled. But what I'm going to do to put it back together, because I want to make sure I get this all nice and tight, is I'm going to take my nut, and I laid out some wrenches and some 1/4 inch thick aluminum, because that'll fit in between the swing arm, the end dust caps and the frame, because these are only about a 1/4 inch thick. So I laid out some wrenches, boom. And they're, that other side is smaller than this side, so I need 2 wrenches. But I'm going to take the plasma cutter outside. I'm going to cut them out quick and then just kind of deburr them, smooth them out a little bit, and then that's what I'm going to use to put this back together. I know they're just aluminum, but these also don't have to be super tight. But yeah, that's my plan for now because I'm already kind of ahead of schedule from what I thought it was going to take to get this apart. Not as big of a pain in the butt as I was expecting. I was thinking things are going to get stuck and moving around on me and falling apart. But we're sitting pretty good. So for now, I'm going to go fire up the plasma, get some wrenches cut, and then start putting this back together. So I got the plasma all set up outside here because I don't like making smoke in the garage right now. What I'm going to do is cut that guy out first and work my way to that guy second. So yeah, I really like using this thing. So let's get the cutting here. So there we got some quick wrenches cut out, eh? So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of grind them up, make them look kind of fancy. And then we'll fit them to how the, you know, how good they fit on the nuts over there. So a little flap wheel cleanup and a little bit of file fit to get my sizes right on for the nuts back there. I got 2 wrenches made. So now I'm going to go ahead and snug down the backside on both sides. And then carry on, get the rest of the pivot tightened all down, and then I can reset my chain tension. And yeah, we're just butting things up. But not bad for like a half hour's worth of work. This turned out pretty cool. And these are not meant for like strong arming them suckers on there like German tight. I just need to get them a little, and then we're good. Try to show you here without getting my head in the way. That's it. See if I can give her one more little what for. I'm doing this blind. Go. And I think we're good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side quick. So that's kind of it. They're in there. So the front swing arm pivot has dropped almost 100 thou. And I got the chain all reset. Everything spins nice. We're just touching the top guide now. Kind of a cool little deal. I had kind of thought something like that might exist. I was going to have some made, but by the time I bought material and have them made, would have cost probably 6 times what I paid to have those done in the UK. And they're a phenomenal piece. Like whoever it is that's making them over there, they're nice units. But for 190 bucks shipped, I couldn't have them made for that. Somebody's already doing it. For whatever reason, these bikes, these 03, 04s, they're like pretty popular bikes over in the UK. But yeah. So one more thing done. I keep saying it. One more thing off the list. The list is up there, and believe it or not, I do wipe things off the list, but there's always something else that gets added or something else I dream up and I write it down so I don't forget. But I'm stoked. So while we're in here rooting around, I didn't show this in the last video, I just kind of did a little post about it. Finally finished the exhaust. Material showed up that I can make the exhaust for the wastegate. Kind of cool. It kind of mimics what used to be on this side for when I had the traditional front mount turbo setup. and it kind of, you know, matches the other side. It's just smaller. But I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So you can see the theme going on here. So that's kind of the gist of this one. I mean, at least we're still wrenching, right? You know, slow progress is still progress. I'm gonna make it out this year yet. Just got a few more things I got to get done between the bike and the truck and the truck and the house and the bike and the bike. There's always something going on, but we'll get this thing done. It's farther along than I ever thought it would be. I didn't think I'd be to this point until midsummer or later. So I'm kind of ahead of schedule from what I was prepared for. And yeah, I'm thrilled with the fit, the finish, and the detail, and how everything's kind of turning out. And it's just not being in a rush to get it to the race or a race is really giving me the chance to kind of make it exactly how I want it. Everything from making that stupid dump exhaust for the wastegate how I wanted to, you know, parts like this. It's all part of the build, and it's fun. So we'll see what we do next time.